Hi, everyone. My name is Jack McFadden, and I am now a 31-year Unitarian Universalist, all those years here at Toronto First. I am also the chairperson of this year's annual Canvas. Traditionally, we've asked people like me to volunteer to give a testimonial on why we annually contribute financially to this congregation. Testimonials can be a lot of fun. I've done a few of them over my many years here. But testimonials about money, they can be tough. We Unitarians are not as bold as some other religious groups who are very descriptive and in some cases very demanding on how much money members of a congregation should contribute. As this congregation's first finance convener and also the person who ran a capital campaign in the early 90s, I know firsthand how difficult it can be to discuss money. Even though at some level, we all know it is a necessary part of being a dynamic congregation. Preparing for this testimonial, I thought about approaching this topic factually, listing our expenses that include salaries for our staff, day-to-day expenses like rental costs here at Oakwood Collegiate and St. Matt's United, and even the more aspirational items, such as cost to create and implement our programming to our children, young people, and members and friends at large. Taking that approach appeals to my logical side. Surely, if I clearly state the case that without your and my financial support, at best, we could barely function, and at worst, we would ultimately cease to exist. But that felt like such a downer approach. Then I thought about making my case using what I'll call a statistical approach, citing statistics on how what we internally call pledging units have done year over year. I thought about trying to demonstrate that statistically, we need to keep growing our members and how much those members donate annually if we want to make this bastion of liberal religious faith available to others in this city who don't yet know about us or what we have to offer. But that just felt pretty boring. So instead, my message today is about me personally. But actually, it's really about we personally. My wife, Beth Ann, and I joined after having our first child, Bridget, baptized in the Catholic Church way back in '92. Having this brand new person made it clear to us that though we had been more or less lying to ourselves about Catholicism, we could not lie to our child about it. We first entered, somewhat ironically, into a temporary location for the congregation at Deer Park United back then, as our now old home at 175 St. Clair was at the time going through renovations. Since that fateful day, Unitarianism, and specifically First Unitarian, has been woven into the fabric of almost every aspect of our lives. When we were younger, the RE programs provided a place and framework for us to help our children learn about so much more than they were exposed to in their normal schools. We both spent time as RE and, in Beth Ann's case, OWL teachers. It was such a gift to be able to connect to our own children as well as other children in this special way. For me personally, finding First ignited a desire to really address the Catholic faith of my youth, to go through what I can only term as a divorce with it, and to enable me to now be able to look back on what was good about it and to let go and forgive all that was bad about it. We have both seen ministers come and go. We have seen musical directors come and go. We have seen RE directors come and go. Change is always hard, and with every change, something is lost, but something is always gained. Every person of leadership who we have been exposed to over the past 31 years have given us gifts and helped us grow as people. We are so grateful to all of them. And now we are still involved, and the only thing that has been and remains constant is change. We are again meeting in a temporary home on our way to a new home at 473 Oakwood Avenue. And we are also now in the beginning stages of moving to a transitional minister who will lead us to a new settled minister or ministers. Some of you may be feeling anxiety about all of this change, and that is perfectly reasonable and, dare I say, normal. But as someone who has lived through a lot of it over the past 31 years, I'm actually so excited about all of the new possibilities and what they will bring. This place, this congregation, this group of people are magical. And that is why it is so important to me, actually we, to support this congregation with our time, our talents, and yes, our money. If you are new, I hope the history of we will make you feel good about finding us. If you have been around for a while, I hope my story will make you think about all the wonderful gifts that you have received for being involved with this community. To sum it all up, it seems to me that life here at First has never followed a straight line. In fact, it has been much more of a circle with many different cycles that we have lived through over the past many years. It's been a wonderful ride for us, and it continues to this day. We hope you'll join us by contributing your time, your talent, and yes, your money. As I mentioned earlier, we are not a congregation that in any way suggests percentages or specific dollar amounts to be pledged. We rely on all of our generosity, so I am asking you to be generous. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed this next song that actually I originally requested be sung, and in the true Unitarian way, since I suggested it, I'm actually the one who's going to sing it. This song is to help us all think about the circle of life here at First and how we can all make an impact on this wonderful congregation. I'd be honored if you'd all join in for the final repeat of the first verse, which hopefully will be projected onto the screen. Matt gives me the okay. Thank you very much. This is also a great time to point out that today's theme is about perfection, so this is not going to be perfect. I'm going to demonstrate in real time that you can do well without being perfect. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by. Seems like I've been here before, but I can't remember when. But I got this funny feeling that we'll all be together again. There's no straight line that makes up my life, and all my roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginnings, but so far no dead ends. I've found you 1,000 times, I guess you've done the same. Then we lose each other, it's just like a children's game. But as I find you here again, a thought rolls through my mind. Our love is like a circle, let's go round one more time. Okay, Matt, this is it. Ready? All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by. I always see this done. Let's do it one more time. All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. The moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, I can't tell you why. Isn't spinning round again, the years keep rolling by. And the years keep rolling by.